Private. In private, if you could not achieve, you're gonna get the increment or the bonus. You must have the learn, unlearn, and relearn. Our mind basically is like a magnet. When you think about money, the money will come. You think about knowledge, it will come. When you think about negative, you see. After that, you go back, you get the negative thing. Leaders are not born. Leaders are always being developed.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Before we begin, we'd like to thank you for giving your time today to be interviewed for our Chitra subject, Leadership and Interpersonal Skills. The purpose of our interview today is to gain a deeper insight into leadership from the perspective of an experienced leader. And we heard that you were a dean for 3 years. So could you tell us about your background as a dean and your scope of duties as a leader?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, a dean is the leader for a faculty. Is a leader, is a manager of a faculty. So mainly when you become the dean, let's say for me for 36 months or 3 years, it's a strategic leader position. When you're talking about the strategic leader position, it's like long-term planning, 3 to 5 years, long-term and short-term, maybe within 6 months to 1 year. That you should know how to maneuver, how to what we call it, steering the team of people, steering the team of professors that would be in the administration with me. Yeah, so number one rule is a strategic position. It's not operation. You must remember the strategic and operation is different. Operation is like a daily. Strategic is one time, then you're thinking. You are a thinker. You are a thinker that you think about what you need to do for your organization. Yeah.
Thank you for your answer. So what inspired you to pursue an academic leadership role, specifically when you became a dean?
Okay, basically, I came from an industry. I mean, from I was a project manager in IT. I used to be a senior lecturer and a dean for a private university, and then I'm thinking, how come I could leverage my thought, my experience in the public university, because there's a difference between when you are in a private and a public university. In a private, most of the time is very fast moving forward. Everything you need to be on time, you need to be specifically what you want to achieve. There's a KPI. Unlike in the public sector, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia is considered as statutory body or public university. So there's a KPI, but yet the KPI is not really as serious as in the private. In private, if you could not achieve, you're gonna get the increment or the bonus. That's the difference actually. Okay, so I feel that, wow, why don't I become the dean in the faculty of information technology, science and technology, share my knowledge, my experience, my expertise. So I have that desire to be in the public uni.
Thank you so much. So according to your own experience, what are the advantages you would say of becoming a leader or taking up a leadership role?
Okay, I would say that once you're a leadership, you must have traits to be a leader. Leaders are not born. You must remember that they are not born. Leaders normally are being trained. Leaders are always being developed. Their spiritual mentality, emotionally, intuitively, plus the academic lah. In the positive surrounding as leaders. So, back to the question just now, you must have all these traits, characteristic of a leaders, but you need to be trained. How to be trained? Maybe you have your own circle, your own mentor-mentee program. Maybe you have your circle of leaders that assist and help you to become a very good leaders. So it's not easy. It will take like maybe more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Then only you can have a quality, genuine way on how to be a leaders. Yeah. Okay.
So it takes experience overall. Thank you. So throughout your leadership experience, specifically as a dean, what was the biggest or common challenge that you faced and how did you overcome it?
Okay. I think the biggest challenge is how to manage human. It's not easy to control human. Furthermore, in a faculty, all of us, we have a PhD, doctorate degree. Some of them, they are professors. You may also a senior lecturer, assistant professor, and professors. Very high level of academics achievement. So you need to have a psychological approach. Sometimes I feel stressed also because sometimes they feel that they are more a bit of much maybe clever or smarter than us. But sometimes based on our experience, based on our level of understanding, they need to follow me because I'm the leader, I'm the dean. And how to manage, sometimes I invited them to the office and talk one by one to them. Or even sometimes I feel like burst also, I just simply with high voice, high volume, I talk like during your time in class, during primary school, I just sometimes high voice, high volume, talk to them that you must follow this thing. For example, log in and log out of coming to office is a compulsory. Some of them 125 days, 130 days did not log in, log out. Your professor, your lecturer. And then I said, how come I know that you are available in the university? Maybe you are working outside part-time. I just give a counseling. Then I said, this is not first. You come to the university is an amanah, responsible as a workers, as a public sector, and you are a Muslim, right? Number two, how come you supposed to work 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week? You are like 5 hours, where the 3 hours you go? You work outside? So I use the counseling method, the psychological. Some can accept, some cannot. But I would say that if you don't take it seriously, it's not good because you bring back the money to feed your family. So please think from ethical point of view. So that's how I managed to handle 90 of them. Professors excluded me, 89 lah, and support staff like the technician 47. 2,200 students. Imagine. It's not easy. Yeah.
Okay, so basically that was how you handle your organization, right?
Yeah.
So do you face problem while facing the student? I mean like when they don't want to do the assignment or maybe class? So how do you face that?
Okay, I would say that for the student, I don't have any much challenge lah because I treat all my students like yourself, like adults. And most of you coming from matriculation, STPM with flying colors, SPM, STPM, diploma, your result is good. Normally, we have a correlation between a good result. Normally, their personality, their achievement, attitude is correlation, positive correlation. I don't see any people who are, in a way. That's why it's easy for me to control, to talk or to teach in class, whether at the undergraduate level, masters or PhD supervision. Most of you are very, very nice, decent, and I didn't met any arrogant, not good student lah. So it's easy for me to control. Sometimes I use a psychological approach to assist. I believe that most of you in my class, you know my style. Normally will motivate you, I'll give you the examples, what happened, kind of that lah.
Alright, thank you, Prof. So we are moving to the next section, which is as someone with many years of leadership and experiences, and also close with other leaders. So, what skills do you believe that are necessary to become a good and effective leader?
I think the good and effective leaders, trait number one is you need to be open. Don't think that you are always right. You must accept, embrace other people ideas, other people opinion. Although you are at the high level, you must embrace their ideas. You cannot think that you are very autocratic or you are always right. Number one. Number two, when you are talking that you must embrace, you must listen to your subordinate, their ideas, their positive method, whatever, accept it. You must be a good listener. Number three, you must always, you must always increase your knowledge daily. The readings, maybe you just browse the TikTok, Instagram, and you gain some ideas. You must always open your mind, open your heart, a new ideas coming in. That's why you become the leader. Then mingle yourself with people with management leadership knowledge, like the vice chancellor, deputy vice chancellor, or directors from other universities. Then you will increase your knowledge. And don't remember, always put yourself in a humble position. Although you are dean, VC, whatever, you must always respect students, always respect the officers, the others. Don't blame them if they make mistake, because you are the leaders. So please respect their ideas, their opinion on that. Okay, that's my recipe lah, secret recipe on that.
Alright, okay, I do agree with you, Prof. Okay, so we are moving to the next question, which is, in your opinion, how do young leaders today develop resilience, especially when they facing failures or setback maybe?
Okay, that's the issue. Sometimes I saw people like, we call it a generation millennial or Z lah. When you face something, you feel like, okay, you want to withdraw. You are crying. You will feel like, oh, that's the end of the world, or that is something that I'm a failed guy. You are sabotaging yourself actually. Failure is the steps to become success in the future. You must remember that, because most of the time we fail. So failure is not something that is not good, because from the fail you repeat to be better. But remember, when you fail, you cannot fail second, third time, fourth time lah. It shows that you're stupid lah to me. But from first fail, okay, I learn. Second, okay. Third, okay. Then the fourth, don't repeat the same mistake. So you learn. So to me, my advice, my suggestion is that do not get a false hope. False hope, one thing. Number two, make is a positive. Always think positive things. Don't feel like, oh, I'm not good, or he got CGPA 3.8, I've got only 3.1. Don't make a comparison among yourself, among the leaders, because everybody of us, we have our own style of leadership. We have our own way how to manage. Don't make, oh, last time the dean is ready, last time the director. No. Everybody got, and each and every one of us is trying to deliver the best effort of himself or herself for the organization. That one, I see that the younger generation don't have that. So you must take it positively. But as you mentioned just now, to become a leader, it takes years of experience actually. Yeah, okay. No, it's not overnight. Okay.
So thank you, Prof. So we are moving to the next question.
Please.
So could you please share with us a moment of your leadership journey where you felt deep sense of fulfillment and purpose as a leader, and what made that moment so impactful for you?
Okay. The first thing that I think is the best moment for me when I've got the recognition to be promoted as a full professor lah. Full professor on September 11, 2024, a year ago. In public sector, we call it as JUSA, Jawatan Utama Sektor Awam, grade C. So I praise to God because after all these years, I achieved the full professorship, which actually acknowledged me in my scholarly efforts, in my leadership, in my career as an academics. So that is the sweet moment lah on that. Maybe the second one when I completed my PhD lah in 2010. It's not easy to get after more than 4 years actually. During that time, I'm working in a private uni, but yet still I can completed my PhD consider on time. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, thank you, Prof. So may I ask a discuss question outside of the script? So do you see yourself as a professor back then when you were in secondary school maybe? Or it's just you going to the flow? You are going flow, huh?
Actually, I would say that I don't even know that I'm going to land a job as a professor, as a university lecturer. It's not in my mind. That I'm thinking after I graduate, I got a job after a university, maybe as a manager. At most, I become a director in any company, high level lah. That's all. Not really. I feel that I become a professor like nowadays. Then I thinking back after 30 to 40, 30 years lah, 35 years, I feel like wow, it took a long time and suddenly I become. But remember that since I'm from my childhood, my father was a teacher. So a teacher. My grandfather is a silat teacher. So it's like all teachers. So maybe the leadership teaches traits coming back to you, to the grandchildren. That's why I love can talk. Public speaking is not easy, you know. Yeah, but I can have maybe because I saw from my experience when they talk, they teach and everything. So I don't know. Suddenly, maybe I have in my mind, okay, one day I want to become a lecturer, but not up to the level. Suddenly become a professor. It's more than 20 years or so I work to achieve this stage. Yeah.
Okay, so this for us. So is that okay if we still figuring out what we want to do in the future?
For me.
For us.
Yeah.
So
Okay. For you, basically, you have 3 tracks lah if you want to go. First of all, if you like to be in academics, you can pursuing your master's, your PhD. If you like academics, you like research, and then the administrative job is to be the dean, directors, that kind. Second, if you like to be work in industry, maybe one day after you become a developer, programmer, data scientist, you become the project manager, director, so and so until CEO, CTO, whatever, all lah, officers. That is another track. Third track, nowadays, the government also is encouraging you to become entrepreneur, AI-preneur. Maybe you want to sell perfume, batik, very low level, not low level, something that tangible product, up to the kind of you develop a system and you sell and become a public listed company. I saw some of you can become successful in these 3 tracks lah, I would say that. Yeah, it's up to you. And don't force yourself. Like myself, I don't force suddenly I become a professor. Don't force yourself. Maybe God will show you the way later, and later you will see brightly, clearly. Like myself, 25 years ago, one of my friends mentioned to me, after a few years, you will see in your career the rainbow. I said, what kind of rainbow you're talking to me? Yeah, you will see the rainbow, very nice. During that time, I was a project manager in an IT company and I feel very difficult. Actually, sometimes feel stressed. You work with the system, with the human. Then they say, rainbow. I think now I already see or saw or can catch the rainbows. So it's not after 25 years. Yeah.
Right. It took so long. Okay. So moving to our last question of the day. So finally, do you have any words or advice or a message maybe for young leaders, especially university students like us who aspire to become a leaders in the future?
Okay. I always mention in my class, in my tutorial, in the lecture, these 5 tips lah. 5 tips ni, 5 tips. Number 1, maybe I just revert back. You must have the learn, unlearn and relearn. You learn something new, you unlearn something bad, you relearn maybe technical skill things. Learning, plethora of learning is very important. Learning from your school children until your university, until you graduate, you must learn daily. Even I myself also now I still learn Python, I learn games, whatever it is lah. Number 2, you must put yourself in a positive circle. Let's say if you want to become leaders, maybe pertama union society, union society association. Don't go with the sometimes mat rempit ke, you go to I don't know whatever. You can mix around sports area, but good positive association. Okay, number 3, whatever you do, no turning back. Once you dah take the road, the pathway, and that's it. Just follow it. No turning back. Meaning to say, that's it. That's my path. That's I want in my life. You must clear. I want to be the minister. You learn from now lah. 10 years from now, by 29, like the new minister, 29 years become a minister. I want to be a millionaire. 10 years from now, you have 10 million ringgit, maybe. You must focus. No turning back. You cannot be, today I want to be a pilot. Tomorrow suddenly I'm an IT, I want to become a medical doctor. I want to change course. No, just focus. And number 4, no overthinking. You sit here, suddenly I'm now interviewing Prof. Suddenly when I'm sitting, suddenly the rope is coming down. I die here. Suddenly I walk, I sleep. I went to the toilet, suddenly. So all this overthinking, I start my car, suddenly I hit a boy down there. All negative. This negative, our mind basically is like a magnet. When you think about money, the money will come. You think about knowledge, it will come. When you think about negative, you see. After that, you go back, you get the negative things. I always, every day, have a positive mind. For these 2 days, I met investor, I met something want to bring money to the faculty, not few 100,000, millions, I'm arranging that. Many things, many new things that I always, sometimes I fail, sometimes I met people, it's like a conman lah, something like, okay, next, until I met the genuine. So it's not easy. Sometimes you feel like halfway, very hectic lah, penat lah Malaysia. But next, until we are not going to be in Malaysia putus asa lah. That's my style. And tadi 4. And number 1 ni, after the no overthinking, the number 1 ni, basically we want you to be focus. No refocus like your phone kan. 1, 2 ini focus. You know what you want to get. And within this 5, no excuse. You take it or leave it, do or die, publish or perish in the academic. You don't publish, you perish. If no 5 publication, Q1, Q2 as a professor, you get lost from the university. See? It's a survival.
Alright, thank you so much, Doctor. Now we have come to an end. So we would like to thank you again for your sharing your valuable experiences, insight, and also advice with us. And we also truly appreciate your time and wisdom. Since we have learned a lot from this interview, so we hope that to see you again, and we wish you continued success in the leadership in the future. So that's all from us. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you very much, and to you as well. Success. Okay. Okay.